Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food, and by doing so, and by so doing, all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus, being engaged, I became purified in heart, and at that time the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me. Purport: pure devotion is as much infectious in a good sense as infectious diseases. A pure devotee is cleared from all kinds of sins. The personality of Godhead is the purest entity, and unless one is equally pure from the infection of material qualities, one cannot become a pure devotee of the Lord. The Bhakti Vedantas, as above mentioned, were pure devotees, and the boy became infected with their qualities of purity by their association and by eating once the remnants of foodstuff taken by them. Such remnants may be taken even without permission of the pure devotees. There are sometimes pseudo-devotees. One should be very much cautious about them. There are many things which hinder one from entering devotional service, but by the association of pure devotees, all these obstacles are removed. The neophyte devotee becomes practically enriched with the transcendental qualities of the pure devotee, which means attraction for the personality of Godhead's name, fame, qualities, pastimes, etc. Infection of the qualities of the pure devotee means to imbibe the taste of pure devotion always in the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. This transcendental taste at once makes all material things distasteful. Therefore, pure devotee is not at all attracted by the material qualities, activities, after their elimination of all sins or obstacles on the path of devotional service. One can become attracted, one can have steadiness, one can have perfect taste, one can have transcendental emotions, and at last one can be situated on the plane of loving service of the Lord. All these stages develop by the association of pure devotees, and that is the purport of this stanza. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaura Vani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shrimadi Paschatya Deshatharine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Uchishtale pan anumodita dvijay sakrit sma bhunje tadapasta kilbishaha evam pravattasya vishuddha chetasas tadharmaivatma ruchi prajayate. Once only by their permission I took the remnants of their food, and by so doing all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus being engaged, I became purified in heart, and at that time the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me. Hare Krishna. We are reading from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Narad Muni will speak about his past. Some of you may know this story, this narration, that Narad Muni, we know, is a powerful personality. He's a pure devotee. He can enter into Vaikuntha, he can go anywhere in the material world because he has a spiritual body. But he's speaking about his past. He was on the earthly planets. We don't know this planet or another, but on the earthly system. And he was son of a maidservant. Not a very materially such an elevated position, not even spiritually. So he's explaining. Now he narrates the amazing story how during Chaturmasya, which is now what we are going through, the rainy season, traditionally saintly people won't travel. Normally they travel and preach. But at this time, they'll remain in one place and do some austerities. So he did that, they did that, and they happened to come near to him. So his mother was serving them. She would serve them, and he was also serving and associating with them. In the purport, Prabhupada refers to the Bhakti Vedantas above mentioned. He's referring to them as the Bhakti Vedantas. They were devotees and pure devotees. For the soul, the jiva, it's natural to be in association with people. Generally, people are not alone. They want to be with someone, some Sangha, some association. We can choose the association. We have traders. There's a Sangha for lawyers, traders, politicians. They don't have their Sangha. Even people who want to lose weight, they have a Sangha. Alcoholic, they have AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, that they'll all come together who want to stop having alcohol. Everyone has Sangha. So, we have a Sangha, it's called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Antarashtra Krishna Bhavanamrit Sangha. It's a Sangha. So we also have a society. Those who want to become purified, those who want to become devotees, Prabhupada set up this institution. He mentions in the purport of Nectar of Instruction that this society was set up to give people a chance to associate with others who also want to be Krishna conscious. And they said that's why we set up centers all over the world. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked once, devotees came from Bengal to Puri. So they attended for Rath Yatra, an association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they associated, and when they were leaving, they asked Mahaprabhu, who is a devotee? What is his definition? He said, Asat Sangha Tyag E Vaishnava Achar. Devotee is one who gives off, who abandons association of non-devotees. Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnava Achar. Prabhupada, if you hear his lectures, he made a very big distinction between devotees and non-devotees. Sometimes now people don't make so much a distinction, but he was very clear. He was very extreme also. He said devotees, he quoted the Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva, Dvao Purusho, Dvao Jiva Bhuta Sarga Loke Asmin, Deva Asura Evacha. Deva, Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva Asurastad Viparyaya. Prabhupada would repeat again and again. Devotees of Vishnu are devas. Non-devotees, he said they are asuras. Asura means demon, demonic. The desire to enjoy, separate from Krishna. And association of non-devotees, it can spoil spiritual life. The reason is, generally, we all want to associate with someone. We have a desire at work or wherever we are. So, it is a fact, whoever we associate with, we imbibe their qualities. This is a fact. And therefore, lawyers will associate with lawyers. Doctors will associate with doctors. I mean, here, a step further in India, doctors get married to doctor. You have doctor, wife, husband, lawyer, wife, husband. And then the child will be a doctor or lawyer. So they, similar kind of people will be similar. Now, if you say that principle, if we take that principle forward, then association of non-devotees can destroy bhakti, even if we have a bhakti. Bhakti comes after many, I don't know how in English you can use, there's no word, but in Sanskrit we have one word, koti janma. After very long time one gets the bhakti lata bij. Brahman Brahmite Kona Bhagyavanji Guru Krishna Prasad Pae. Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotion, the seed for the tender creeper of devotion comes to very few. Brahman Brahmite Kona Bhagyavanji, who is fortunate. When we get it, it's required to protect it. In our literatures, in the 6 Goswamis, once I was in ISKCON Tirupati, and there the temple president was narrating, speaking, and he was quoting what he read in one of the 6 Goswami literature. He said that the tender creeper of bhakti should be protected like one protects a baby girl child. Children are protected, especially girl children. They are protected very much because they are very delicate, very, vulnerable. So in that way, bhakti should be protected very cautiously. So we have to see, for example, there are communities of devotees and non-devotee. Now, devotee, what is it? Devotee is someone who wants to come to Krishna. Therefore, his whole life and desire is based in such a way that I want to come to Krishna. Whatever he does, that is the basis, that is the foundation. Non-devotees have a different foundation. Their foundation is, I want to enjoy this world. As much as I can, I want to use my senses. That is their basis. So, non-devotees aim is sense gratification. And therefore, non-devotees can be very dangerous, because in order to get the sense gratification, they can do anything, say anything, anything, even to their own family. I remember a few years ago, I think it was not so few, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when the king of Nepal shot his whole family. You might have heard, I don't know. It came that time, I think 2008 or 9 or 10, around that time. The Nepal king, he shot his whole family. We don't know why, but no one could arrest him because he's the king. Who will arrest? They had a constitution, everything was under the king. It was a kingdom, not a democracy. So, our own family, our own friend, if they're not devotees, what can happen, So, but devotees are very different. Devotees, their motivation is to help people, even their enemy. Even their enemy. If the enemy comes, they will be in a cultured way. They will deal with them. They have a different way of speaking, acting, different way of celebrating. This is our celebration. Others have a different way. Maybe intoxicants will come in, or some other harmful things. Devotees actually have shastras telling how to behave. It says in Nectar of Instruction, how to behave. How does it start? Dadati pratikirnati bhungte bhojayate and guhyam akhyati prichhati. Rupa Goswami is writing. Who can say? Have you heard this? No. Dadati, 6 loving exchanges devotees should do among each other. Dadati pratigurnati means they should give gifts to another and accept gifts from each other. Dadati pratigurnati bhungte bhojayate. They should offer prasad, call people for prasad, and they should accept prasadam invitation for everyone, from anyone. Should be devotee, chanting 16 rounds. And the last one, guhyam akhyati prichhati. That devotee should inquire from other devotees, what is in your mind, what is disturbing you, or what is your aim, and discuss. Guhyam, his confidential mind, he should reveal. And he should ask others. This is devotee society. Devotee society. We have shastras telling how to behave even. So it's a very, very different community. Devotees, non-devotees. And that distinction is made. So things like this won't be, if you see a non-devotee society, they don't care. They'll not be teaching each other these things. They'll be teaching how to make money, how to be successful. But these things awaken devotion when among each other there's exchange. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you know what is a lover? Not lover, L-A-V-A. Lover, Nimesha, Matra, these are measurements of time in Vedic science. So lava is 1 divided by 11 of a second. How fast is a second? 1 second past. Now 1 divided by 11 of that. So Mahaprabhu said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi. Lava Matra, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. That all the Shastras say that one should associate with sadhus, and by association of sadhus one gets perfection in life. How much association? 1 year? 1 day? 1 minute? 1 lover. 1 lover means 1/11 of a second. If you come in association with the devotee, you can attain perfection in that life. Why? Because look at this purport. What does Prabhupada write in the opening first sentence? Who heard it? What? No. The first sentence, I'll read it. Pure devotion is as much infectious as, in a good sense, as infectious disease. Do you remember what happened in Corona time? If someone is coughing, oh, I have to go, okay. And how are you? I'm fine, thank you. I'm okay. Hare Krishna. We will not touch any, it will come near, because infectious disease, it will come by Just in the air it will come. They were saying in 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. Then I heard 6 feet, then 2 meters. I don't know who was telling the truth. But anyway, infectious disease can just come like that. In the way, bhakti will also come like this. It's infectious. Be careful. Bhakti can just come. If you are spending even 1/11 of a second with a devotee, it will come. You'll get infection. Is that a good thing? Bad thing? Prabhupada says, in a good sense. Why? What happens? Prabhupada writes, pure devotee is cleared from sins. Why are we suffering? We have sins. I have sin. Therefore, I even mental depression, even physical health problem, even legal problem, this is all result of sins. But a pure devotee, sins have disappeared. There is no question of sin with a devotee. So many shlokas, Krishna says, about when one gets bhakti, all their sins are cleared. Yashwant, you will tell me one of them. Any verse saying that bhakti destroys sinful activity?
Bhakti destroys sinful activities.
Any verse? You remember? Huh? Yeah? Or anywhere else? Okay, that is one. Yeah? Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam shanavaja amtam sare papayo mukshayashami mashucha. Another one? Okay, so example, Krishna is saying, example, Yo mam ajam anadim cha veti loka maheshwaram asamudhya samartyeshu sarve pape pramuchyate. One who understands me, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who doesn't take birth, ajam, anadim, origin of everything, veti loka maheshwaram, the control of all the worlds, all his sins are destroyed. And then another one is there, that Yomam evam asamu janati purushottama sasarvavid bhajetamam Yomam evam asamudo janati purushottama sasarvavid bhajet. No, it's not there. All the sins are destroyed. Well, there's so many, we cannot remember now. Okay, so a devotion, when one gets bhakti, it's like a fire, it burns all the sins. We have to understand this point, okay? That our suffering is due to sins. What else? It's our sins. Samsara tapana krilan avavnoti atra santada. Our suffering is due to sin, our past sin. It's not because of nature, Krishna, government, my neighbor. It's to our sins. So, how do we destroy the sins? Prabhupada said here, by devotion, sins are destroyed. Krishna says. So, the purest entity is Krishna. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. He's the purest. If we come in contact with Krishna, our sins get destroyed. Or devotee of Krishna. So, from we become destroyed. Now, Prabhupada says these Bhakti Vedantas who came to Narad Muni, they were pure devotees. Narad Muni was serving them, the mother was serving, and he was getting purified. So, in this way, a little association, lavamatra, can get so much perfection. What to speak of if you're living with devotees, regularly meeting? It's very difficult if we are not in devotee association. It's difficult, can I even use the word impossible? I don't know. It's very difficult. Because I'm not going to do anything bad. Next to me someone is surfing on the phone, some nonsense. I'll not do, next day I'll do it also. I'll also start. And then they're talking about politics or some woman or some alcohol. I'm not going to speak. I'm a devotee. But he's speaking, they're speaking. Now I'll also speak after some time. I'll give one comment, then another comment, then I'll get in the discussion. I'll start talking when is the next cricket match, what is happening. And then when will I speak about Krishna? It's difficult, almost impossible. Now, it doesn't mean we don't associate with devotees. We associate to give association. For preaching, we associating. We associate to give association, not to take association. That means we try to give our qualities, not that we take up their qualities and take up their habits. But if we are very closely associating with them, it happens. That will end up happening. In Upadeshamrita, who has read Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction? Okay, so yeah, we have reading to do. I have a lot of reading. Rupa Goswami has written 11 shlokas, which can take us to perfection. 11 verses, very important, very powerful. Prabhupada said in the beginning when they were publishing that book, Prabhupada, how many shall we print? 10,000? 15? Prabhupada said, print 500,000. Oh, why? Prabhupada, so many. We have to spread it all over the world. These are instructions to bring people to Radha Kund. The last verse is how to come to Radha Kund. What is the first verse? Vachovegam. Control your tongue, control your eating, control your anger, control your mind. This is the first verse. This is how bhakti starts. Vachovegam. Control your speech, control your anger. From basic to the highest. Now there, 2 verses are given specifically. We just quoted one, loving association. And then other is given, what destroys bhakti. So what destroys bhakti? 6 things are there. Okay? No. He is saying, yeah, that also. But that if you have bhakti at all, then you can destroy. So beginning, how will it start? Sadhu bhakti. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha laulyamcha sadbir bhaktir vinashyati. This word is very strong, vinash. What is meaning of nash? Destroy. Then, but he's not saying, he said vinash, completely destroys, finishes. What are the 6 things? First is atyahara, overeating or over collecting, or having many things. Atyahara, prayasa. Prayas means over endeavoring for some mundane material thing, too much endeavor for that. Atyahara prayasascha. Prajalpo means speaking about worldly topics. Prajalpo, and prajalpa is included. What is included in prajalpa? Mundane movies on YouTube or in internet, when we see too many things, material things, that will pollute the mind. Prajalpo niyamagraha. Too much following of rules or not following rules, both are there. Following too much, that is obstacle to bhakti, or not following enough. You have to have balance. Niyamagraha. Then Janasanga, association with worldly minded people, destroys bhakti. Janasangascha, laulyam. Laulyam is greed. These 6 things. Shadvid bhakti pranashyati. Pranash, not even nash, pranash. Very much destroys bhakti. So, for somebody who is on a path to attain Krishna, the small details are there, should be taken care. Now it may seem like, oh, so many rules, regulations, but everywhere rules are there. Supposing you're doing a degree, you go to the college, don't spit, don't do this, come on time for class, don't, bring your books on, do your homework, whatever. Rules are everywhere. In this country we have rules, drive on the left. Don't, I don't know what the rules are, so many rules. Rules are everywhere. If you enter one building, the rules are there, don't do this, don't spit in the corner. So many rules. So rules are there for anything to attain. So now here, Rupa Goswami explains, and he has given Upadesh Amrita, nectarian instructions for spiritualists. It's very important. So devotees, we are not like from another planet, we are from here only. We do everything the same, but in a Krishna way. We also, we cook nice offerings, offer to Krishna. We also dance, we sing, we have Sangha, we have celebrations. We read, we watch things, but it's all in a Krishna conscious way. Devotees are also blissful. We are not though. But avoiding asat sangha. When we say jana sangha, asat sangha. Sangha means association. Satsang means association which leads to eternality. It will give me liberation. Asatsang means that association which will keep me an asat. Now I'm asat because I'm undergoing birth and death. So asatsang means it will lead to birth and death again and again. It was asatsang. So asatsang is there. People who are not devotional. Content on the phone we see too much which is non-devotional. That also pollutes the mind. And now it infects us with guna. What does this mean? What does it mean that it contaminates? As somebody who is materialistic, I get his quality. And if I am watching YouTube videos or watching movies or songs, I get the gun. What is that gun? Rajagun, tamagun. Becomes infected in us. Okay? Just like someone will get corona in that way. So what does it mean? When I get rajagun, that means my desire, lust will increase. Desire to enjoy in this world. But lust is a thing you can never satisfy. So automatically desire increases. When desire increases, I can't satisfy, then I become morose. Then I become sad and depressed. Then I'm not happy. because I want to satisfy this and so many things, but I can't. So then I become morose. And then now also Rajagun, desire for sense enjoyment, means that bhakti will not be there. They cannot be together. When calm increases, then bhakti will go, Krishna will go. When we reduce calm, Krishna will come in the heart. So this is the harm. So now the system of BACE, here, today's inauguration of this BACE, who started it? Who started the BACE? Prabhupada's guru, Srila Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He sent devotees to London. That time India was under British. He was a powerful acharya. They came to conquer India, and he sent the first party to conquer London, which is slowly happening. It is happening. I got to Krishna conscious in London. I was studying there. On the street they sold me a book. I didn't want, by force. I got angry. I take the book. Why are you pushing? Then I gave the money and went. So the British tried to conquer India. Mistake happened there. Now they got infected. So Bhaktisiddhanta, when he went there, he went to University of London. University of London, the different colleges. There's one college called UCL. UCL is University College London. It's a college within the whole University of London. There, his sannyasi disciples, Bon Maharaj and some others, they established a center. There they established worship. They were doing puja, and students came to stay with them. Students were taking prasadam. Students became purified. They got bhakti. At the same time, they were studying. So this was the first BACE. And now so many BACEs are there all over India. Even in BACEs are there in Africa. I was preaching in Africa. It's called in Nairobi, Kenya. There they have many BACEs. I went to visit. And so many students, they come because, sometimes they come with parents. Parents are bringing them. These parents are not, they're Africans and they're Christians, even Muslims. The parents come and see because what they see is that people are following pure habits. There's no drugs and no excessive, there's no like too much video games, TV, or which, people lazy. So parents happily bring their children. They're seeing those good qualities. So it's a very good idea for people who are outside working or studying. We are in ashram, so we are staying in the ashram. But then you can't be in the ashram because you're working, you're studying. But somebody who's staying here, they'll follow their schedules. At the same time, they get association, powerful association by which they can become purified and become happy. It's one of the most important things about the BACE is that people get a chance to take prasadam. What happened to Narad here by taking prasadam one time? Here, he's saying, only once, Prabhupada is saying here, once only, by their permission, I took the remnants of their food. By so doing, all my sins were eradicated. Thus being engaged, I became pure in heart. At that time, the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me. He became attracted to Krishna. Now we are not attracted. I want to read, I am not feeling like reading, chanting, a few around, not too many. And you are all exception. You came in the rain, it's raining, you got wet, you came. Special rivers. But generally people don't come. Even there's no rain, there's a good day, we call people for program, they will not come. So some attraction is there. Now that attraction increases when we take prasad. Example, here example is given. And Prabhupada explains about prasadam here. He says that it's here. That he says, by eating once remnants of foodstuff taken by them, such remnants of food here enable one to get bhakti and transcendental qualities. Transcendental qualities come. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yajna Shrishtina Santa Muchante Sarva Kilvish Bhunjate te agam papam ye pachanti atma karanat. Those who take food offered in sacrifice, in other words, offered food, Yajna Shrishtina Santa Muchante Sarva Kilvish, they become free from sin. Just by eating prasad, we destroy sin. And Bhunjate tve agam papam ye pachanti atmakana. Those who cook for enjoyment, I'll eat, it's nice, I'll enjoy cooking, I'll not offer to Krishna. So then that food we take, bhunjate agam papam, we increasing our sin, increase in sins. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, it's preparing the body to take birth as cats and dogs in the next life. I'm not making up anything. Read it, 3.12. So particularly prasadam, this is a very important thing. People have trouble to get. But also other things like here we come, now there's nothing, but we'll put some pictures. We'll see pictures of Krishna. And we'll be associated with people who are devotees. You know. So this way the base is so powerful, so beneficial for somebody who wants to increase their devotion and have satsang, but who are not brahmacharis like us, we're in the ashram, but you have duties, so you can do that and you can be here. So this is very powerful, and so some persons are keen to stay in the base. Congratulations. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So may you be purified and come to proper level. Now, you know, we shift a lot. So base may shift, but the Antardvipa, the base concept, we are, you know, base is opening now, physical location may shift, but all glory, because nearer to us it may come in future. But it's launched today. Shri Antardvipa base ki jai, base members ki jai. Hare Krishna.